What is up, everybody? Today we are going to be bringing to you some tips and tricks to use during your 2020 disc golf season. All of these that we're going to be giving to you are going to be in a tournament setting. Obviously they should apply when you're playing your casual round, but we're going to be trying to make this a little funny, a little fun for you guys, some tips and tricks. So let's go ahead and get started right now. Hey, wait, why didn't you throw off the tee pad?
Well, I like the line better from right here.
Even if you don't like the line off of the tee pad in a PDGA event, you have to throw from inside of the tee pad. What Hannah did there would be considered a foot fault, so make sure that you're standing inside the tee pad no matter the line, and just choose a different shot if you have to.
Hey man, what you got there?
A beer, it's hot out.
You can't drink beer at PDGA events.
I didn't know that. Okay, I don't actually have a beer, but if you are playing in a PDGA event, you're not allowed to drink any sort of alcohol. If you're playing a round with your friends or something like that, and you guys all agree on it, sure, but make sure you guys pick up your garbage. But again, never during a PDGA event should you guys be drinking a beer.
Oh my God, every time I play disc golf, there's a stupid tree right in the middle of the fairway. I don't understand why they put trees in the middle of the fairway. Why can't it just be a straight line to the basket? I don't understand this stupid bullshit.
When you're playing with your friends and you hit a tree and you accidentally curse or you just start going crazy, you know, that does not have any place in a PDGA event. So what Hannah just did there would, when she went off, she would get a courtesy warning, and if she did it again, she would get a stroke penalty. Honestly, how excessive Hannah did it, she might even just get a stroke just because of how excessive it was. Make sure when you guys are playing a PDGA event to keep your cool, even if you hit a tree, even if it's right in the middle of the fairway like Hannah was saying. Just calm down and then go ahead and take your next shot. I'm gonna throw this one.
Whoa, hold on there.
What's up?
I got some rules for you. All right, first off, do you have a mini?
What's a mini?
This is a mini. It's a marker for your disc if you want to use the one that you just threw.
Oh.
Let me show you. So if your disc landed here and you want to throw this one, you put a mini down, it goes down right in front of your disc, and then you can pick your disc up. Once you put your marker down and you're ready to throw your disc, you have an 8x11 square behind the mini to put your foot down. You don't have to put your foot directly behind it.
Hey, wait, did you know you couldn't do that?
I had an extra disc, I want to putt.
Hold on, let me tell you. So what Hannah did that she couldn't do was she made a throw back to her bag. If you're playing in a PDGA event, you can only do that if the throw is less than 5 meters. That also goes for returning a disc to somebody else. If I want to toss Hannah a disc that she had thrown and I'm just giving it to her, it has to be less than 5 meters or it's going to be considered a throw and you're going to incur a 1 penalty stroke. Make sure you're closer than 5 meters, or if you want to, just go ahead and put it down to your side and bring it back to your bag when you're done.
Hey, nice putt, but I have another rule for you.
Let's hear it.
All right, so Zach had a really good putt there, but he's inside the circle, which means he's inside 32 feet around the basket, which means he has to keep his foot behind his marker or behind his disc to finish out his putt. Once his disc hits the bottom of the basket, then he can start walking up towards. If he's making a jump putt or anything outside 32 feet from the basket, then he can kind of jump forward while he's in the middle of his putt.
Hey, what are you doing there?
I finished out the hole.
Hold on, let me tell you how to really finish out the hole. When you're finishing out a hole, you need to make sure that your disc rests in the bottom of the basket. What Hannah did there by just hitting the chains, it didn't do anything. When you're playing with your friends and you're this close, you could do that because it's not a PDGA event. but make sure you let go of the disc and let it rest in the bottom of the basket, then you can go ahead and pick it up. Another thing that you don't want to do is be holding your disc, just touch the bottom of the basket and walk away, because that also would not count. What you need to do is take your disc and drop it into the bottom of the basket. When it's resting in the bottom, you know that you finished the hole. You can pick it up and go ahead and head to the next tee pad.
Hey, you're kind of taking a long time.
What do you mean?
So another PDGA rule says that after you've had a reasonable amount of time to get to your line, line up your shot, you have 30 seconds to attempt to make it. If you're playing with your friends and you take a little bit more time and you're practicing, you're trying to figure out your shot, that's fine. But if you're in a PDGA tournament, make sure that you're keeping under your 30 seconds to keep your card and the cards around you flowing nicely. What's up guys, welcome to the throwing tips portion of this video. If you're a beginner in disc golf, this is going to be some great tips for you. I'm going to be teaching you a little bit about hyzers and anhyzers. This is a hyzer. When you come over your disc, when you throw it and you put it more at an angle down in front of you, this, if you're a lefty, is going to make your disc go more to the right. If you're a righty like Zach, it's going to make your disc go more to the left. Alright guys, the next shot I'm going to be teaching you about is an anhyzer. This shot is used when the line of the hole bends the opposite way of what your discs are going to normally do. To throw this shot, you want the underside of your disc to throw. That means that when you put your arm back, you want the underside of the disc to show and you want the disc to come over you. What I was taught when I was first learning disc golf is you want to treat your arms like a hula hoop. So any direction that you have the disc facing, you want your arms to finish that exact way. Alright guys, so now we're going to hop over to Zach and he's going to teach you what to throw in the wind, how to throw in the wind, and some other disc selection tips.
Before we talk about these tips, I just need to make sure that you guys understand the difference between understable and overstable. Overstable is going to be when a disc thrown righty backhand finishes really hard to the left. Understable is going to be when a disc is thrown righty backhand, turns over, and finishes to the right. So that's the difference between overstable and understable. Now let's talk about wind and what it will do to your disc. If you have a tailwind, which is a wind that comes from behind you, it is going to make your disc more overstable, okay? So what you're gonna wanna do is maybe throw something understable or straight, because it's going to make your disc act as if it is flying slower. Next kind of wind is a headwind that comes straight at you. That is going to make your disc act as if it is flying even faster. So you might want to throw something more overstable so it doesn't just flip over on you. You're going to want it to fly a little bit straight. So next we're going to go ahead and talk about crosswinds. So if you have a left to right crosswind and you're throwing a righty backhand, you're not really going to want to show that underside. You're not really going to want to throw an anhyzer, simply because that wind is going to touch the bottom underside of your disc and just push it all the way to the right. So if you're throwing, you're not going to get a full flight and it's not going to flex. It's just going to push to the right and not come back. Now let's talk about if you have a right to left wind. Again, you're not going to want to throw a hyzer simply because it's going to push it, like I was just saying. You might want to just throw something straight, or if you throw something on anhyzer, what that wind is going to do, instead of pushing it really far, it's going to just push it down so you won't get that distance. So if you have lots of left to right, like crosswinds, right to left crosswinds, flat is going to be your best option. If you're a righty backhand and you're noticing that all of your discs are landing in the same spot, just like off to the left a little bit, that's going to mean that your disc is just too overstable. Here I have a Panic, it's a super overstable driver. If I was to throw this backhand, it's going to keep landing in the same spot and I don't want it to land there. what you're gonna wanna do is go ahead, head to your local store, online, something like that, and find something more understable, maybe something a little bit slower. So that's gonna help you shape your shot exactly how you want to. If you have any questions, you can leave them below. Also on Facebook, there are a ton of pages that'll help you out if you have any questions, if you're new to the game or anything like that. Disc golfers are always willing to help each other out, so don't be afraid to ask those questions, especially if you're new. Thanks guys for watching. If you guys wanna see more of these tips and tricks, let us know in the comments. Watch this video over here that YouTube recommends for you, and we'll see you guys in the next video.